Today we are going to the town of Merthyr Tydfil and looking at N64 games, Mega Drive, and GameCube. I've got a lot to show you, and as always, I am your man out of Japan, Jay Contra. If you would like to see exclusive game hunting videos in Japan, you can head over to my Patreon. Starting out with the N64 games, we've got World Cup 98 on the left, that's going for about $2. We have Star Fox right in the center, that's Star Fox 64. That is going for, I want to say, about $8. And notice that it's not called Star Fox, it is Lylat Wars 64. I'm guessing they put on the 64 in the UK. Here on the bottom left, we've got F1 World Grand Prix going for $3. Just $3. That seems rather cheap. And then we've got F1 World Grand Prix, the first one, which is going for $13. And then, oh boy, look at that on the bottom right. That copy of Yellow would be considered junk in Japan. It would, you'd at most expensive, you'd see it as $5 in that condition. But here it's being sold at $26. That seems a bit steep for me, but I don't know how much Pokemon games are in the UK. You've got Blue over there in the center of the screen, a little bit to the left. That is going for, I want to say, about $21. The condition there is a little rough, but it doesn't look too bad, especially if you compare it to the Pokemon Yellow there on the far right. And then we've got Disney's Tarzan there in the center. That looks like it's the Pokemon Color cartridge. Yes, it's that beautiful translucent plastics that I wish they would bring back. On the top left, we've got the Gameboy Advance SP. That is an 001, so it doesn't have the nice backlight to it. And that is the tribal one. I don't know what it is, but in the UK, I see tribal Game Boy Advance SPs all over the place. And then that the Super Nintendo Classic Mini is going for, oh my god, that is like $150, and it's not even in great condition. Look at it. That's rough. This is a CEX, by the way, CEX. That's sort of like the British version of GameStop. Let's see, what do we get? Unfortunately, we can't see the covers, which is really unfortunate, but we've got Final Fantasy Origins. That should be Final Fantasy 1 and 2. That is going for about $35. That seems not a bit expensive, but not terrible. We've got Exhumed, Tomb Raider, Gran Turismo 2, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, the first Gran Turismo, Tekken 2, and Tomb Raider 2 starring Lara Croft. This is actually a great way to start a PlayStation collection. It seems like it's got pretty much everything that was popular in the UK back in the mid-90s. I mean, it doesn't have the mainline Final Fantasy games like 7 through 9, but especially at these prices, none of these seem absolutely terrible to me, but I'm not super familiar with the PlayStation 1, so someone in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong. What have we got here? So we're going to the Mega Drive / Sega Saturn, the Sega Genesis, excuse me. That means we are looking at the Lion King going for $9. The Micro Machines by Codemasters, that's going for $13. Strider for $13, as well as Sonic 2. This is really surprising to me because in Japan, Sonic 2 it's not terribly expensive, but it's normally about $20. Whereas in the UK, I think they just printed so many. The Mega Drive really did quite well in the UK as opposed to Japan, where it didn't do so hot. And this is going for just $7-8. And Alien Storm, the most expensive of this particular row, going for let's say $3. I got to do my math. It's about $1.30 to the pound now, so that's probably about $20. Yeah, I could have done that faster. And then here we go. Wow, this is holy crap. All right, so we have my favorite game of all time. We've got Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask going for, wow, 52 pounds. That's gotta be it. So that's like $60. That actually seems pretty good to me. Now, I don't know what the price of a US box of Majora's Mask is, but $60, the condition, you can see a lot of corner edge wear. You can even see it from this distance. It's not in the best condition, but $60 for a complete. If this was an NTSC, I would definitely buy this. Unfortunately, it's PAL, so lower frame rates. It's not that big of a deal, but I want the American copy, which I mean is probably more than $100 now, but I'm not entirely sure. Poppin' Twin B for the Super Nintendo. That is going for $48. Well, actually, no. I'm actually a bit over $50 for Poppin' Twin B. I think it's like a $20 game in Japan. Pretty sure it's shooting. I haven't played it myself, but people must want it. Those Super Nintendo games are obviously going to be way more expensive for complete in-box copies when you're talking about the UK and US than they are in Japan. Then going back to the Mega Drive, we've got Toe Jam and Earl 2 complete in box going for about $22. We've got Chuck Rock going for $11, and then we've got Toe Jam and Earl complete in box. This is Toe Jam and Earl 2, by the way. That is going for, let's see about that, on $3 there. It's about $21. I can't comment on any of these games except for Majora's Mask, which is just the best game of all time. It's my favorite Zelda, favorite game. If you haven't played Majora's Mask, either for the N64 or for the 3DS, just do it. Just get it. Just play it. Definitely worth it. Moving right along, we've got more Game Boy games here. We've got Donkey Kong going for $13, and then Super Mario Land going for about $11. Now, I think Super Mario Land actually needs a save battery. I think it's a game where you save. With a lot of these things, I don't know if CEX is going to guarantee the save battery or not, and especially on a lot of these Game Boy games, those batteries are going to have run dry years ago. So keep that in mind, as you may have to replace the batteries on these things. Then we go another a couple of Game Boy games as well as an N64 game. We've got South Park Rally going for $18. Donkey Kong Land 2 going for $8. I have the original Donkey Kong Land for the Game Boy. Donkey Kong Land 2 looks like it's just trying to port Diddy's Conquest from the Super Nintendo, but I haven't played it, so I can't comment on that. And then we've got the Rayman for the Game Boy. It's got the nice little plastic shell for it. That's going for $8. Nothing really eye-popping here except for that Majora's Mask copy. Now look at this. Look at this. Look at that Pokemon Yellow. That is in good shape. That looks great. And what I love is that at this place, they're not pricing things based on condition. So this copy of Pokemon Yellow is going for $24, which is the same price, the exact same price, as the Pokemon Yellow that we saw in the other showcase. And this is like, I don't know if this is mint or not, because I can't get in really close, but it looks great, this game right here. So if you're at a CEX in the UK, it does pay to look around the same shop, because you might find something in better condition in another showcase. It doesn't even seem like there's any real rhyme or reason to the way that they've set up the games in this particular showcase. I don't know why they have things so disorderly, but I'm not working there. I'm sure they had other things on their mind, especially at this particular time. And then we've got Super Smash for the Super Nintendo going for $13. Here we've got a couple of GameCube. I mean N64 controllers. The sticks don't look too bad. You can tell just from the being held vertically, if the sticks on these were bad, you'd see them loose, they'd be hanging down. These controllers look like they're in good shape. I'm pretty sure everything in the showcase or anything in the store has been tested. But someone in the comments can, again, I've never actually bought anything from CEX now that I think about it. I've bought things for my girlfriend. I've never actually bought anything for myself from a CEX. So I can't say that I've had any issues with anything from this store. But looking at it, I don't know why the black controller on the left is going for 18 pounds. We'll call that like $21, as opposed to the $26 gray controller on the right. Maybe the gray is just, it has a bigger nostalgia effect because that's what people associate with the console. It's really strange to me why they would be 2 pounds difference. I should also note that all of these prices are inclusive of tax. And $20 for an N64 controller isn't great, but it's not terrible. You know, if you saw it for like $15, that would be a good price for an N64 controller, I would say. And then we've got here, this is the PS1. This is the slim PlayStation. This has an external power supply. I'm pretty sure it still outputs as video, though. This is my preferred method to play PlayStation 1 games. You buy all those PS1 games that we saw in the showcase over on the left. You've got a great setup for PlayStation 1 already. I'm assuming this comes with a controller as well. It says discounted on the label for some reason, but I don't know why. It doesn't have the box with it, but whatever. Then we have the Dreamcast on the right. You know it's the European version because it's got the blue swirl, and it's going for 85 pounds. Oh my god, so that's like $109 when you include the tax. $109 for a Dreamcast. I know in Japan you can find it for about $50 loose. In America, I want to say it's probably about a similar price. But that seems $104 for the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast is great, don't get me wrong, but for a loose console, woo. And then here we've got the, let's see, a digital controller. Oh, so this is, all right, so just reading the label here. This is the original fat PlayStation 1. This has the original PlayStation 1 controller, which does not have the analog sticks. The original PlayStation did not ship with a DualShock controller. That would come out years after. And then this also does not come with the box. It's going for $36. PlayStation is still, I think, very affordable. All right, then we're going to go, oh yes, a bunch of Kexes will usually have stuff outside. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's okay here because being in a shopping mall, I think it has a covering over the glass, but I know in a lot of places they do not, so these sometimes will get blasted by the sun. And then look at that over there on the left. That is a really good looking, I think that's actually better than the Pokemon Red that I have from my childhood. That's a really decent condition Pokemon Red. That's going for about $21. There we've got Golf in the plastic shell going for about $3. And then on the right, they want $19 for a Super Nintendo controller. Now, I love the fact that it's got the green, blue, red, and yellow, but you can buy I actually have one on the desk right here. You can buy a Japanese Super Famicom controller that will work with your Super Nintendo, either PAL or American, and those are like less than $10. I'd need to check eBay to see what they're like, but even if you're in Japan, that's like a $5 controller. On eBay, it's got to be less than $10, even with shipping. I don't think I would buy the one that they have here. Despite the colors look good, the condition looks decent, but still, that seems a bit pricey. Then here we've got Lego Racers going for about $8. And then on the left, another Tribal Game Boy Advance SP that's going for like, oh my god. How much is that? That's going for about $70. Very nearly. Sorry, $60. Excuse me. It's going for about $60. And remember, it is now canonical, according to an advertisement that were in old magazines of the time. Mario has a tribal tattoo. Why did they think that was a good idea? Why did they think that the Tribal Game Boy Advance SP, and it is the single most common Game Boy Advance SP that I have seen in the UK. And then there we've got the, oh yeah, so that Super Nintendo was going for about $65, which if it's got the controller and all the cables, not terrible. Especially for a Super Nintendo, great system. I would say it's worth it today. Although we haven't seen too many Super Nintendo games at this particular Kex, so I don't know if this is not a great place to start a Super Nintendo collection, I'll just say. Here we've got Isolated Warrior for the Nintendo. That's going for let's say $11. And then, ooh, Leaf Green for 35 pounds. That's like, what, $45? That's about what it would cost in the box in Japan. In America, I'm sure it would be more expensive. It doesn't look terrible. It looks like some of the glue's coming undone, but that's just what's going to happen with Game Boy Advance games. Then the Super Nintendo again, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, then we need to move along. Oh yeah, we're going to walk over to the GameCube games. Now, I was really surprised to see how cheap GameCube games are in the UK. Let's see if that holds true here at this Kex. I don't know if the prices from one Kex to another are the same. I don't know if they use the same database. Let's see what they've got here. So on the right, that is the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition promotional disc. I don't know how you got it in the UK, but in the US, you got this when you subscribed to Nintendo Power. It was one of those things where you could choose from a couple of different things. Back in my day, I got a Majora's Mask strategy guide. They really upped stuff for the GameCube era where you could get this. This is going for about, let's call it about $60. In America, this is very easily a $100 game. As far as I remember, I think I was valuing GameCube games the other day. I'm pretty sure I saw this for $100. Over on the left, we've got Super Mario Sunshine. That's going for about $45. Let's say like 50. It's probably 50. That's a fair price. It is the player's choice, though. I know some people don't like those. If I can get the original Black Label game, I will go for that. But if I really want to play the game, look, the player's choice is ultimately not. Superficially, it's different, but the game itself is not different. Here we've got 2 copies of Smash Bros. Melee, which I was playing the other day. Smash Bros. Melee still holds up. It is the only game it is inferior to is Smash Ultimate for the Switch. If the Switch Smash Brothers hadn't come out, Super Smash Brothers Melee would be the best Smash of all time. And this is going for about $42, so pretty good. I think in America this is a $50 game. Although it's not like super hard to find. You usually see it most places. And then Pikmin. I highly recommend Pikmin. And this is only going for like $15 or $16. Yes, buy Pikmin, play it. It is totally worth it. I know Pikmin 3, by the time I post this, is either coming out soon or has come out already. Pikmin, I've played the first one. I really want to play the next 2 games. Totally worth it. It's almost like an RTS when you play it. It's like you've got your red Pikmin that are the soldiers, the yellow that hold the bomb, blue that go in the water. There's a lot of management simulation. It's great. Luigi's Mansion. I actually just beat this the other day. Man, it's going for 28 pounds. We'll call that like $36, $37. Man, Luigi, at that price, it's hard for me to recommend. I think it's a good game. If you already have it, I would recommend playing it if you haven't. Or if you could find it cheaper elsewhere. In Japan, it's a $15 or $16 game. Luigi's Mansion is really great for the first 4 or 5 hours. That's where you get used to all of the mechanics of where you're finding the ghosts, you're shining your flashlight on them, you're sucking them into your vacuum. You feel like a Ghostbuster. Luigi's a great character. But then after that, the difficulty I found from Luigi's Mansion comes not from the actual difficulty of it becoming more challenging. There's not a wide variety of challenges coming at you. Rather, it is overcoming the obstacles of just the mechanics, which I found really hard to overcome. The final boss I found was a real pain in the nuts. But otherwise, it's a really good game, and I can recommend it if you can find it for cheaper, or if you can play it through other nefarious means. On the right, that Sonic Adventure DX cut, or Sonic Adventure DX, I can't remember if it's this one or if there's another one in Japan. It's like Sonic Delta or something. That is an extremely rare game. That's like one of the rarest games for the GameCube in Japan. Here, I'm really surprised to see it going for 15 pounds. It's about $18. If you really love Sonic Adventure, go for it. But I think I might rather play the one for the Dreamcast. But that's just me. If you only got a GameCube, then sure, go ahead. And we've got a couple of other games. Oh, I guess I might have just skipped those because I thought those were really good. And then it's always fun seeing the GameCube games next to the Xbox games, which I have, for the life of me, whenever I go to a CEX in the UK, I have not seen an expensive Xbox or Xbox 360 game. So, that's going to be it for this. That was the CEX in Merthyr Tydfil in southern Wales. It continues to surprise me when I go into these CEX shops to see all of the retro stuff that they have, especially when you compare it to GameStop really tried to do retro stuff for a while. I don't think they're even doing it anymore just because so many people were able to cheat the system and were able to turn in counterfeit games. And none of those look bad to me, but I do wonder if they're actually training the people at these CEXs how to identify counterfeit games. Because otherwise, I think for the GameCube era, you're going to be safe. But especially for the old stuff like the Pokemon games, I know they've probably got a good return policy here, but that's just another thing that I haven't even really thought about because I haven't bought anything from them. But that is, especially if you're looking at these mass market, these chain retailers, just be careful when you're looking at the games here because you never know if someone, and even unbeknownst to them, they found a counterfeit game, played it, traded it in, and now it's just been part of the ecosystem. But otherwise, yes, I'm surprised by the selection. Really good PS1 stuff there. Some fairly good GameCube games. We didn't see a GameCube system, and I think I would have filmed it if I had seen it. But they did have some good GameCube games there. At least I'd say probably 3 or 4 that I would have picked up, especially Melee if I didn't already have it. So I have been your man out of Japan, Jay Contra. That has been the CEX in Merthyr Tydfil, Wales. Thanks for watching, and a big mahalo to all my Patreon supporters.